What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Coffey, right out of Oklahoma City. Today we got Mike Torres, a.k.a. ATHRS, on the show. What's up, man?
What up, what up?
And we got Sam McIntosh. What's going on, Sam?
That's a funny way to say my name. McIntosh, like you were mad at me or something.
Yeah, McIntosh. So, man, the band, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, fuck it, it doesn't matter.
All right. The band ATHRS, a one-man band who just ironically was able to come on tonight kind of randomly. I didn't get to do a whole lot of research about you, so tell me where you're from, man.
Yeah, first off, thank you guys so much for having me. I am from Florida, grew up in Naples, and I live in LA now, so yeah.
How long have you had the name ATHRS for? Is this something that's recently started, or have you been doing it a solo project for a while?
It's been around like 4 years now, maybe even 5. It's been a while.
So what I found interesting in watching part of your videos that we're going to air tonight is when you do a concert, is it just you, your guitar, and your DJ equipment?
Yes.
Dude, that is so rad. So what made you decide to kind of do a solo project and go this style with it?
So first and foremost, like I just love rock music. I've grown up on rock music, and then I just got really exposed to electronic music like as I was growing up and stuff. And I just kind of at the time nobody was doing any sort of like fusion of things, and I just wanted to do something that would blend everything that I love and just kind of have no rules. So it just it was just the concept, and just kind of I figured it out from there.
No, the truth is, what he decided a long time, he got tired of freaking attitudes from other band members. He's like, fuck this, I'm doing it my solo self.
Well, it is, not attitude per se, but it is like being in a band it's a family, and there's lots of issues and things that come up, and I was just like, I can do this alone better and collaborate with everybody, but it doesn't necessarily have to be tied to 4 other lives.
And and if you're able to do that, and you have the the creativity to do it on your own, then you might as well. So are all the drums electronically produced then on your music?
For the most part, yeah. I use like Moto Drum and Perfect Drummer, things like that. But I have used live drums, and I've been talking to some drummers lately to just put more live drums in the mix. And I would love in the future to do shows with live drummers. So
when you do shows now, do you have any other performers that you hire to get on stage with you, or is it just you?
Just me. So
how many shows have you played solo? And first of all, before I say that, when you first started playing shows as a solo artist, was it a little bit nervous to go on by yourself on stage, knowing all eyes are just on you?
Yeah, definitely. A bunch of shows already for sure. And it's definitely weird. I mean, when I first started with this, I was using an APC-40, running everything through Ableton, and there's just like a lot of parts and pieces going on. So it's definitely a lot more involved mentally than when I was playing guitar or playing bass or something. So it's definitely a lot to process, but I love it. I mean, I wouldn't change it.
That's also, I do want to say that Sam, I think, is having technical difficulties. That's why he got off the camera real quick. In case you're wondering what the heck's going on. I did not piss him off and he left. It's just literally technical difficulties on his end.
You didn't want to piss in a bottle on camera, so.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you were in a band or bands before you went solo.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time in a band called Us vs. Them when I was younger.
Okay.
And we played like a whole bunch of shows around Florida and like regionally in the US, did like Warped Tour and things like that. And it was like an amazing, amazing time. But, we just had different life paths. And so eventually that kind of came to an end, and it was like, what do I do now? And so I just had to figure it out.
Were you the singer in Us vs. Them?
I played bass, and I sang like backgrounds and like random. We had parts that I would sing, but I wasn't the main singer.
Cool, man. That first video that you plopped up on here, what is that song called? It's kind of like, describe to us like the style you would put it as.
oh man, hyperpunk. That's what I've been calling it. But it's called 2020 Catastrophe. It's the first song from an EP that I'm in the process of dropping called Equanimity. And it's just like a fusion of like rock and dubstep and I guess like rap in some ways. Just like a lot of stuff that I like. I don't really like putting like a name. It's called hyperpunk.
It's called pop punk techno.
Yeah, some hyper electronic. That's been one of the biggest things, honestly, is kind of like what to call this. So it's like electro punk, punk step, like figuring.
The more I've been doing this podcast and bands I've been talking to and music I've been listening to, there really is a crossbreed of genres that you really can't just say it's this or that. But I still like to ask the band what they think it is because I know what I think it is, and I'm usually not right. So, but
yeah, I don't know. That's one of my favorite things about like right now in music is I feel like genres are just like everyone's blending all kinds of crazy stuff, and so we're hearing things that are just like not really in any boxes, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Let's play that song. Sam, you want to play that first one? What's the name of the song?
2020 Catastrophe.
You play it. I'm having technical difficulties over here.
Okay.
I'll put it in a bottle.
Yeah.
You said you were peeing in a bottle. Sam pushed it.
On the 2020 catastrophe, the whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in the city. Just a product of my upbringing. You're the whole world's in the shit. Barely found the time to look up to see it. I'd say I'm different, but you'd call my bluff. Give me more drugs, it's never enough for us. I need the sex and the drugs. God, keep me numb. And what the fuck is love? My time was a nervous doing. The truth becomes you, I showed you proof. You could ask anybody. Everything's fine, we're doing alright. It's going down tonight. No one saying sorry. Yeah, we're alright. We're doing fine. Everything's fine on the outside. 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in the city. Just a product of my upbringing. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. Pump me until I can't see. Bring a bottle out and away. Try to see what was wrong me. What is going to be really free? I think that's what we found out.
Yeah, man.
Twenty catastrophe. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in the city. Just a product of my upbringing. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in the city. Just a product of my upbringing. 2020 catastrophe.
Bro, that was good. It was mellow, but it was also hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was cool, man. Dude, do you ever surprise yourself when you're done with the song and you go back and listen to it and be like, how the fuck did I write that? Like, do you ever do that?
No. I mean,
So, you're more talented than I am because I go back and I'm like, man, that was awesome. Even if it wasn't that cool, I surprised myself.
hell yeah.
But this all comes from your head, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Man. So I noticed something that you did, or I don't know, but you probably do it. Do you loop your sounds live when you're playing concerts?
Sometimes yes, but only for specific like looping parts. Like otherwise it's like different pieces playing at different times, and then the like live parts are live.
So you're just saying you're that talented that you don't amaze yourself with what you write?
Thanks so much.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, man. I just am trying to write like the best stuff that I can, and just trying to like push the envelope as far as like I possibly can with everything that is at my disposal. So yeah. Once a song is over, like don't get me wrong, like I love the songs and they have like serious places in my heart. But once a song is over, then it's on to the next one.
Right. Yeah. You're done writing it. How long does it usually take you to write a song? Because you have all these different elements that go into it.
It really depends. Like some of the songs literally can take shape in an hour, and some of the pop songs can take shape in like 4 months. It's just kind of like, what does it need? And sometimes it just all is there. And then sometimes I just need to sit with it and like see what it calls for.
I like the songs that you write that, like, for me personally, if I was to write a song, it takes an hour to write it. It's like the song almost speaks to you and tells you what it needs to happen. And I think that's what's cool that what you do with adding your electronic sounds to it. Is there like a certain structure you follow, or does it just kind of come into play whenever you need it to come into play?
Definitely depends. Typically I'll write, because the most important thing to me is the lyrics and like the song itself and like what it means and what it's saying. So I'll usually write everything on guitar and then just kind of have like an acoustic version literally. And then from there, just start messing around and just fucking with it.
Does your guitar have, it look like, do you have like different distortions?
Gibson what is that? A Gibson?
So actually,
Maestro?
it's literally right here. So it's a Gibson SG, and it has a kill switch on it, 2 P90s. I really love this thing a lot. But I used a Headrush pedal board. Shout out Headrush, because it's the most amazing piece of guitar equipment I've ever found. And it basically has every amp, every sound, every effect, like everything you could ever need to build your own sounds and rigs and stuff all in it. So I'll just have everything set for what the song needs, and I'm able to just kind of switch back and forth on the fly.
That's cool, man. In Florida, and I'm sure you're very original amongst your peers out there in Florida. When you play concerts, do you just play in Florida, or have you traveled around and played across the United States, things like that?
Yeah, so some of the most like notable ones, I did Imagine Music Festival in Atlanta 2 different years. I did Sunset Music Festival with my boy Wares. Couple of like shows in Tallahassee, shows in Orlando, and then out here did like Whiskey A Go Go like right before it shut down, like literally the week before everything shut down. And then I've done a couple of like just underground like raves and stuff like that. So
I bet you're ready to get back on stage, huh?
Bro, you have no idea. I'm not even just ready to get back on stage. I'm ready to just be in the atmosphere. I miss it more than anything in the whole world.
Did Florida even really shut down all the way, though? Wasn't there still stuff going on in Florida?
Florida gives no fucks. I love it, bro. I love it so much. But I moved here in September of 2019. So like I got like, 5 months or whatever of like time here, and then everything shut down. And then it's been really interesting to see how different places have treated it. But yeah, Florida, like all my friends and like my family lives over there, and they're just like, nothing's even happening here. What do you mean?
That's kind of like, wait, so are you in California now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, dude, 2 totally different worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Florida to California. Yeah, because in Oklahoma, there's still concerts and stuff going on and has been going on. And some of my buddies in California, they're like, what? Your kids are in school? And I'm like, yeah, man, they've been in school.
Everything's just rocking over there.